I know it sounds like I hate men. I really, really don't. I love men. And I kind of look at them the way I look at children, you know? Which is just like, oh my God, like, for people who don't know what you're doing, you have so much energy about it, you know? But the one area that I think is really cool, I do like that people say they're feminists, and it's like, you know, white people can say they identify for Black Lives Matter, and men can say they're feminists, and it's really cool, and I admire it. So there's one area, though, that I don't know why we can't nip this. It would be so quick and easy to do, is street harassment. It is still a thing that we are shouting at some men to understand, you know, that it is a really serious, scary thing. And I feel like if you're going to yell out of your car at a woman, commit to it. Get an old-timey car with a horn that's like, "Ooga!" Like, it's so stupid. So, you know, all of my guy friends are not idiots. They do not act this way. But I found out that one of my friends, who I really respect, does this. I'm like, "You street harass?" He's like, "It's not harassment, it's a compliment." And I go, "Well, what kind of things do you do?" He goes, "I've yelled nice tits." I'm like, "You yell nice tits at a woman?" He goes, "Her tits were nice." I'm like, "I understand the inspiration behind it. I'm just... You can't do that to us. It's scary." He goes, "What's scary about nice tits?" I go, "Well..." He goes, "It's a compliment." I go, "No, okay, I get it. Let me take this apart. I get on its face that nice tits, dictionary, technically a compliment, yes. But we don't know. If we don't respond the way that you want us to respond, or if we don't respond at all, nice tits can be followed up with, "Fuck you, bitch," and then we get scared. And my friend goes, "Oh, I got it. Well, what if I just yell nice tits, but don't yell fuck you, bitch, after?" I'm like, "No, but we don't know. We don't know nice tits. Compliments and murder both start with compliments. So we don't know. We don't know. We don't know when someone says nice tits, if it's just gonna be beep, beep, nice tits, bye, and they drive off, or if it's gonna be like, nice tits, stop the car, and like, nice tits, they're so nice, I'm gonna chop them up, put them in a blender. Then I'm gonna put them in a freezer. I'm gonna make tits pops, tits, tits, tits. We don't know. We don't know. So my friend goes, "Well, what should I say then?" I go, "Just say nothing. Say no words. Say no words." And he goes, "That's my free speech. That's free speech. Can't do that." I go, "Okay, it's not really what free speech means, but okay, fine. Free speech. I didn't say you couldn't say nice tits. I said, please don't yell it to us. So maybe if you're driving by a woman who has nice tits, you could roll up your window and smash your face against the glass and just go, 'Nice tits.' You could do that. Or you could see a woman with nice tits and you can call a friend and go, 'Nice tits, nice tits. I see some nice tits. Nice tits.' Or if you have the time, veer off the road, go into a field, get on your knees and let God know. Nice tits! My friend and I could not come to any agreement on this. And so I was like, maybe he's right. If we just yell, no, 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 guys just hear their mothers, nyeh, nyeh, nyeh. And so we can't just say, don't say this, maybe there's a middle ground. Maybe there's something you can say. I don't know what it is, but I had an experience recently that gave me kind of an idea. So I was in North Carolina and I was walking by myself and I was on the side of the road and it was dusk and a white guy in a truck drove by. And then he stopped and he pulled back and he just stared at me out the window. And I was like, oh, fuck. Because if you're a woman or not white or gay and you're walking alone in the South and a white guy in a truck pulls up, you know that in about 20 minutes there's gonna be candles and flowers right where you're standing. Like, yeah. So the guy rolls down his window and goes, excuse me, ma'am, you mind if I say something real creepy to you? And like an idiot, I walk up to the truck, okay. And then I get mad and I take a minute and I think of all the women from real severe street harassment, acid in the face, to just little minor infractions like nice tits. And I'm like, no, you cannot say something creepy to me. And I go, no, you cannot. And fuck you. And I start walking away all proud of myself. And then I realize, oh, I look crazy. Because that's what happens, is like, if you're talking to a girl in a bar and it's going well, and after a minute, she's just like, fuck you. You're like, what'd I do? And she's like, nothing. But we're taught to be polite. And so we're holding it in. When all we have to say is, I don't really feel like talking, but we talk. And then we're like, eat shit. And you're very confused. And so we have to get better at that. And so anyway, he goes, ma'am, I didn't mean to scare you. I'm sorry. I just wanted to say I love your boots. That's it, I love your boots. I was wearing these big black platform boots. And he goes, I'm a married man, I'm not trying to pick up on you. I've never noticed fashion in my life. Well, I have one more question. I'm like, oh, here comes a creepy question. I go, what? He goes, are they comfortable? I go, yeah. He goes, well, that's a win-win for you, ain't it? I'm like, and he said, thank you. Thank you for letting me give you that compliment. I couldn't have lived with myself if I hadn't. And then he drove off, and I was like, he couldn't have lived with himself if he didn't give me that compliment. That is so dramatic. And again, it is hard for men in the world. We must be kind to them. And so, but part of me is evil, and I was like, God, it would have been great if I didn't let him compliment me, and somehow I got to see the rest of his life played out, that deep regret, you know? It's just like some kind of play set in the South, and he's just at home every night, and he's like, not hungry tonight, Martha. She's like, Henry, I made your favorite 2 nights in a row, and you haven't eaten it. You're all bones. Are you cheating on me, Henry? No, Martha, it's not about sex. Sometimes things are about fashion. Son, if you ever get the chance to compliment a woman and you don't take it, you might not be able to live with yourself. Listen to your daddy. And then he's on his deathbed years later, and his father's like, son, any more wisdom before you go? And he's just like, black boots. And then he dies. And no one knows what he means by that. And his wife, she never understood him. She's like, black boots? I know what that means. His daddy was in the war. His daddy wore black boots. He wants to wear his daddy's army boots in his coffin, and he doesn't. And she's shoving the daddy's black boots on his corpse feet. And he's up in heaven like, that's not the black boots I meant. I like women's shoes. That's right, Jesus. I like women's shoes. I can be myself up here. So that's what I started to think. The compliment, if you must yell at us, yell about our outfit, not our bodies. Because we don't want to think about the fact that we have a body every 5 minutes, and you guys make us think about it all the time when we don't want to. You know that feeling when you leave the house and you just have your keys and your phone and you feel so free? We would love to feel that way when we go to the bank, but we can't take our tits and vagina and leave them on the kitchen table. So we've got to take these things even at 8:30 in the morning. We're like, oh, God, everyone's looking. And, you know, and if someone's like, nice ass, but we don't feel good about our ass that day, we're like, is it sarcastic? Like, it's a whole mindfuck, right? But if you just compliment our clothes, I think we can all get along, right? If you want to street harass us and you drive by in your truck and you're like, sweetheart, hey, honey, that little bow matches that detail in your shoes. That is not lost on me, baby. Oh, I love a good accessory. I hope you're going to dinner tonight. Doesn't have to be with a man, could be by yourself. You seem very unafraid here of ISIS, and I like that about you. You're walking around with your job and your freedom, and I'm not threatened by that at all. I don't have to mansplain to you what I'm talking about. I'm just letting you know that I know that a plaid and a polka dot can sometimes match. You go, toots. Thank you guys so much. You've been amazing.